Man. Good times are coming. Crypto is showing some strength right now, and I think that this is the very beginning of what is going to be super huge. And in order for us to make it, we on this channel, the FOMO gang, whatever the hell you want to call it, sounds a little gay maybe, I don't know. But in order for us to win and to make it, a lot of people have to get wrecked. And I want to show you, in my opinion, who the people are that are going to be wrecked and how you can prevent getting wrecked in this market, because bull market or not, a lot of people will lose money. Let's not be those people. All I ask in return is if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on. We were here in the bear market. A lot of people came to this channel during the hard times. And we're not going away in the fun times, of course, right? We will be here every time. Now, Bitcoin is showing strength, right? Like, we have seen a lower low of 53,000, give or take. We are now sitting at 62. So we have seen a great candle up. Now, we broke this downtrend, just like we broke this downtrend over here. And however you want to draw it, you can draw it like this, maybe even better. So that's a really bullish sign, because after this, right, from 62, we went all the way to 72. Now we went from 53 to 64, right? So also a 10K candle. What I think is really important is that we broke above the 200 daily moving average, and we are now far above it. It now comes in at around $59,000, but we still have one big challenge, and that big challenge is, in my opinion, the bull market support band. We haven't broken above it yet, right? We haven't broken above it yet. Matter of fact, it was giving us some resistance, was a little fake out to that level, but hey, first attempt. Let's see how the coming weeks are going. Altcoins are also showing strength right now, because Bitcoin, it went up in the last couple of days. But if you look at the Bitcoin dominance, it's like not moving that big. It's sitting at the same level as where it was in the beginning of July, basically. While Bitcoin in the beginning of July was sitting way lower. Right? So Bitcoin dominance overall hasn't moved. Bitcoin went up. Means that altcoins just went up together with Bitcoin, and for once we're not getting wrecked on their Bitcoin pair. However, is it an alt season already? No, it's far from an alt season, of course, although I think that time will come. If you look at how the Bitcoin dominance is moving, it's still in an uptrend. However, we are sitting at the same level as what we were in December 2023. So for half a year, the Bitcoin dominance hasn't gone up. Yeah, it has gone up, but it came down again as well. So that's at the same level, right? So it looks like this might be somewhat of a distribution phase, where I can see a new high coming in though. Overall, I think we're closer to the top than the bottom, and an alt season should occur somewhere around the end of the year. Now, what I said this on an exclusive video on the Patreon as well. So if you're not a member, check out the link in the comments or the description. A lot of valuable things right there. But what I said right there as well is there is a selected group of people in crypto that is about to get completely wrecked. And I'm risking my career for this, I know, but I'm going to say it anyway, right? A lot of people, they are saying that we will get a left translated cycle this time. And I am saying, quite convinced, that that is not going to happen, okay? I think we will top out somewhere the second half of 2025, okay? Why? Because that's seasonal, that's the cycle, that's what Bitcoin and altcoins just do, right? And so far, like, of course, it won't be like that forever, but so far calling that this time is going to be different has never worked out for someone. So I'm betting against all the odds if I would say like, oh, yeah, well, it's going to be different this time. Like, no, I think this time it's going to be exactly the same again, because that's how the cycle moves. And then when that happened, people will be like, okay, but it was because of ETFs or Trump or whatever. Then, like, there's always a narrative, right? I don't really care about the narratives. I just care about what the charts are doing, what Bitcoin does, how the cycle behaves. And then whatever excuse you want to give it for saying, oh, yeah, this time wasn't different. Yeah, whatever. That's going to happen. Also, I feel like a lot of people are saying, 80K. I see big accounts on crypto Twitter saying 80K is the top. Guys, again, maybe at the end of 2025, you can come to me and say, like, FOMO, you were so freaking wrong. I'm not going to follow you anymore, and my career is over. But I want to say we're going to go way higher than 80K. Okay? Why? Well, I just like to use common sense. Like, I can look at charts, and also the charts are also saying, like, we go higher than that. I feel like, man, we already went to 74. Right? That's just 6K difference. However, we now got QE probably coming. The rate cuts are coming. Inflation is getting lower. People are actually getting the money to get into crypto and everything. And we will get more ETFs, etc., and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And Trump will probably be re-elected. All these narratives. It's not going to make more difference than just 6K on Bitcoin. I don't know. It just doesn't really make sense to me, if I'm being completely honest. Also, if you take a look at the social risk, when we were sitting at 74K, the social risk was sitting at like 0.3 or something, right? That's quite low. That's this level right here, or this, right? But that's where Bitcoin still had to have its parabolic run. So we already went to 74 without retail. And at a certain point, the retail will come back in. And also, that's not going to make more difference than just 6K extra. I don't know. It doesn't sound logical to me. Okay, it doesn't sound logical. Now, I think that the people that are now trying to outsmart this market and being too cautious are the ones that are getting wrecked. And the people that say, like, this time is different, they always get wrecked. And I think they're going to get wrecked again. I mean, in the short term, I'm always cautious. Right? Because short term, one, I don't trade short term stuff actually. And although the chart is saying like, yeah, we can go up, we can go down like hard the next day, right? But overall, I just look at the cycle and I just be like, okay, you know, end 2013 top, end 2017 top, end 2021 top. What makes you think that end 2025 is not a very logical assumption, right? So I just look at the cycle and be like, okay, end of 2025, we're likely to top out. It could be a little sooner. It could be a little different, of course, but not by a year, right? And anything that happens in between that cycle, yeah, that's always different, right? Here also, we had the top, we had the bottom, and here we had the top. And what happened in between, we went up way harder than usual. And then we had a major black swan COVID. The whole world was affected. At the end of the day, yeah, it was terrible here. But at the end of the day, the cycle was 100% intact. So then I feel like, why should the cycle now not be intact? Because we peaked above the previous all-time high a little bit before the halving. Again, what happens in between is always different. It's always different. But it never affected the cycle by a bit. So I see a lot of people say that, end of this year, we will top out. I see it on Twitter all over the place. People saying like, we have 6 months left. I think that I said this before and before, but crypto is player first player. And in order for us players to win, a lot of players have to lose, right? We want to sell as high as possible. And we're going to sell to the people that buy it right there. Now, what I think the people that say that this time is different and we will top out this year, yeah, that they will see the parabolic run as usual in the post-halving year and be like, oh shit. And they will buy it back high. And yeah, these are the people that I'm going to sell it to. Right? If you look at this, I marked this off, right? So a lot of people, again, are saying end of the year, we top out. End of 2024. So the whole post-halving year, they're going to skip that. Now, what if you skipped the previous post-halving years? Well, if you skip the post-halving year in the 2013 run, you basically sold at $13, right? Where we came from $2, and you sold at 13, and we went all the way to 1,200. If you sold right here post-halving before the post-halving year at $800, you missed the run to $20,000. If you sold it right here post-halving year, you didn't witness that. You sold at 20K, you missed out the run to 70K. And that's Bitcoin. But we all know, or maybe not everybody knows, but the fact is that altcoins The only year that altcoins are really worth it is the post-halving year, because that's the year where they outperform Bitcoin so far. So if you overlay, wrong button, I don't know, good morning. If you overlay the altcoin market on this chart, you can see something pretty interesting here as well, right? If you, there's no history right here, so my head is in the way, it doesn't matter. But if you sold it right here, you sold the altcoin market at 200 million, right? And it went all the way to 65 billion. If you sold right here at 40 billion, you missed the run to, what was it? Fucking hell. 500 billion. Now, I feel like, man, people are going to make the same mistake. They're going to make the same mistake, okay? By thinking it's different this time, it's not going to run, altcoins are boring right now, we're not going to get an alt season, whatever, blah, 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 get out, take your pathetic 5x profit and walk away. And then the real run is finally happening, and people don't get to witness that, right? Because let's be honest, we haven't seen the real run, right? For Bitcoin, yeah, okay, Bitcoin is nice, right? However, if you do take a look at the altcoin market, it is now up from the bottom until where we are right now with 227%. So from the absolute cycle bear market bottom until where we are right now, it's up slightly over 3x. Look at the last cycle. 220% was here. So what if you sold here? And you know, the real run came after that. So yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that we will get the same type of run. I mean, you know how that works. Like the market caps were lower, there was less liquidity in the market, less coins, but the structure is the same. So I think that, especially for altcoins, the biggest run is yet to come. I think for Bitcoin, we had the biggest run. Maybe we're somewhere in between. I mean, if you take a look from Bitcoin from the bottom until where we are right now, it's up 300%. Can Bitcoin go up another 300% from this point? That would put Bitcoin at $250,000. Is it possible? Yeah, of course, definitely. This is a different type of bull run, right? It's institutional bull run. It's a stock now, right? It's completely different when it comes to the type of investors that are here. So is 250K impossible? No, it's not impossible. I mean, if you take it from the bottom until that 250K, that's a 1500% gain for Bitcoin. Last bull market was the smallest bull market for Bitcoin, and that had a 2000% gain. So even if we go to 250K, that would still line up with the diminishing returns, right? It's a lot less. It's a lot less. 80K completely doesn't make sense to me. So again, I think that the people that are calling for such low numbers and say that it will be over so much sooner than what would be logical, yeah, that these are the people that are gonna get completely wrecked. And you can profit from that. You can definitely profit from that. That 60K, like, don't look at numbers. Look, where are we in the cycle? Okay. Like I said, the COVID crash, if anything could have harmed the 4-year cycle, it was the COVID crash, right? Nothing so big has ever happened in crypto's existence. That did not affect the 4-year cycle at all, right? We still got our top every 4 years, top every 4 years, bottom every 4 years. Again, what happens in between, whatever, but we still got that, right? So it didn't affect the cycle. So if we look at that cycle, and it's now July 2024, so if we look at June 2024, we were, June 2020, we were here, right? That's where Bitcoin was sitting at 9K or so, right? So from that 9K, Bitcoin still made a 600% gain. again, I'm not saying that we will now also get a 660% gain. That would put Bitcoin at $500,000. But again, if it's super diminishing and we get half of that, 300%, we're still getting to the $250,000. So this is not me sitting here like, oh, Bitcoin's going to 250K. But I think, one of the few people that says like, hey, the guys, I don't see why it's not possible. Okay. Now, again, Bitcoin, nice and all. But look, the risky part of this cycle is over. Right, the risky part is over. The bear market is over. The price discovery to the downside, right? That's why you don't want to be in altcoins. Also, the sideways part is over, kinda. That's why you don't want to be in altcoins, right? Now we are approaching the post-halving year, and that's usually the year where we have a lot of confirmation that it's a bull market and that things are going up and that, you know, everything is more certain. That's where you want to be in altcoins. So you can buy Bitcoin if you don't want to take too much risk and make a nice return, always. If you want to be a little bit more risky in this market and be like, yeah, can I still make a 10, 20x? Yeah, you can if you play it right. Then you have to take a look at the altcoin market. Bitcoin is probably not going to give you a 10x from here. I'm pretty sure not a 20x from here. But hey, who knows, right? I don't think so. So you want to take a look at the altcoin market. So what stands out to me is that you in first instance don't want to look at altcoins on the dollar pair, right? Because that doesn't say much. You want to look at altcoins on the Bitcoin pair because the dollar is getting worth less. So who gives a fuck what an altcoin is worth on the dollar pair? Bitcoin is being worth more and more and more over time. So you want to look at altcoins on that Bitcoin pair. And there are a couple of charts that look at that. Bitcoin dominance. We are closer to the top than the bottom, in my opinion. Right? And although we could have that final push up where altcoins get wrecked against the Bitcoin pair, you know, overall this move is quite small compared to what we're expecting next year. So I expect the Bitcoin dominance to go down quite hard. Bullish for altcoins. If you look at others, everything outside of the top 10, look, I mean, we are closer to the bottom than the top, right? So I do expect at a certain point that others' dominance will go up again. In the last bull market, we went to the top of this channel. And in the bull market before that, we also went to the top of that channel. Yeah, that's no real reason for me to believe that we cannot do that right now as well. And that's a 30% market dominance, right? Yeah, I mean, even with the current money in the crypto market, that's a lot of dominance. That's altcoins gaining a lot of money. Let alone if the overall Bitcoin or crypto market goes up. And even if we don't completely get there, there's a lot to gain, right? So this move is imminent, in my opinion. It's going to happen. The Bitcoin dominance wants to go down at a certain point. If you look at altcoins on their Bitcoin pair, it looks like they are closer to the bottom than the top. And although we can go down first and make this and complete this move, basically, it has a long way to go up. So altcoins, although, again, short term, they still can get down 50, 60%, right? On the Bitcoin pair. Well, not on the Bitcoin pair, maybe 30%, something like that. But if Bitcoin also goes down in the meantime, then altcoins on the dollar pair can easily go down another 60%. Could happen. But although that could happen, it's nothing compared to what I expect next year in terms of the move going up. So if we see this happen, right, where altcoins on the Bitcoin pair go up, Bitcoin dominance goes down, the others' dominance goes up, right? If that happens while Bitcoin stays where it is right now, then altcoins are going to make multiple X's, do fantastic. But like I said, I also expect Bitcoin to go up further from here. So if altcoins make that move while Bitcoin is sitting higher than where it is right now, then altcoins are going to crush, rip hard. And it lines up with the fact that we don't have retail in the market yet, right? There's no retail. Retail likes to get in when altcoins go up. Right, so it makes sense. Altcoins are bleeding against Bitcoin. There's no sign of an alt season whatsoever. We haven't seen it in 3 years almost. And it shows that retail doesn't give a fuck about this market right now. So yeah, it lines up, right? Because once we get that alt season, then retail comes in again. And again, it makes sense for me to think that Bitcoin is going up as well. And this is just one chart that points it out, right? If you look at the logarithmic regression band, like green is buy, red is sell, whatever, right? That's how simplistic you can look at it. Well, if you take a look at this, you can see that we're now green. So buy, right? And in between, it depends where you're coming from, right? Here we left the green zone. You can't see it completely, but here we left the green zone and went into the red zone. Here we entered, left the red zone and went into the green zone. That's a bear market. But here, left the green, went into the red bull market, right? Like it is a bull market. I think we all agree on that, but it's not that parabolic part of the bull market yet where we leave this undervalued lower logarithmic regression band, basically, where we are usually for years. Right? We entered this in May 2022. It's now July 2024. We're still here. And it's 2 years, and therefore people feel like, it's so long and boring, and it's not going to work out this time. I don't know, last cycle, we entered it in November 2018, and we came out of it in October 2020. It was 2 years, right? The market before that, we entered it in January 2015, and we came out of it in May 2017, which was 2.5 years. So it's not unusual that we stick around these levels for a long time. And therefore, that's another reason why I expect end of this year, beginning next year, to be quite fantastic for the Bitcoin and altcoin market, and especially the altcoin market, because a big Bitcoin move is yet to happen, right? And that's when altcoins really respond. But it's not going to happen when everybody is expecting it. That's the thing, right? Like everybody likes to expect big moves to happen. They look at the altcoin market and they go all in way too soon. They get wrecked on their Bitcoin pair. And then once Bitcoin goes down on the dollar pair, what we have just seen, altcoins completely getting destroyed. And people lose their money. They lose their hope. They have no patience anymore. It's over. And the people that are still here are depressed and not investing more. And then when that's all out of the way, there's still a really small group of smart people with the experience and the patience. And these are the ones that are going to get rewarded, because eventually the market does what it always does, and it surprises and it gets to valuations which you now consider as unlikely and not realistic. And that always happens. And what your job is to be part of that very small part of people that does expect it, right? And too many people are expecting it still, and therefore it's not happening yet, right? We just and that's the mindfuck of this whole crypto game. If you look especially at the altcoin market right now, right? We just are going up the last couple of days, really, right? We have seen some good candles. We're now going up. And people are happy again, right? People are like, wow, I made 6% today. Hell yeah. Okay. After what you lost, you can get that, right? But they're euphoric again. However, if you look very technical at it, it's the altcoin market. It's in a downtrend, right? We have highs, lower highs. It's a way lower high right now. We have a low, a lower low, lower low, right? So people are getting a little hope again. And they be like, oh yeah, I came out of my depression for the 50th time, right? Like now it's going to happen. And then you look at the structure at lower lows and lower highs, which is called a downtrend. So the altcoin market is in a downtrend. And it could very well make a new low in that case. And that's where people feel like, fuck! I thought we were going up. And that's where these people also leave and get wrecked and gamble their way into ridiculous freaking meme coins and lose it all, right? The normal altcoin market is already going down 60+%. So yeah, meme coins are going down 99 or 100%. Right? And that's where people give up. And eventually there just is nobody left, basically. And that's when the market picks up. And that's where you want to position yourself, or why you still want to be positioned. Because then all the retail comes in like, whoa, I had $2 left and now it's 5. I'm making it, right? And you're sitting there with your bag, real bag, and everybody's pumping it for you. So I think that needs to happen, and that we are in the process. It's not needs to happen. We are in the process of it for a long time already. And that's the fun thing about meme coins. I was shitting on Twitter on Maxi, etc., because I saw Maxi was listing an altcoin called Air or so. The Air stays on. I made a joke on Maxi as well, like on Twitter as well. I said like when they tried to kill Trump, I said like they just want to bring the meme coin season back. Huh? Trump with air, Trump without air. Like and then I looked at pump.fun and there were already like 12 morons that created that coin. I was like, okay, maybe I'm not so original. But the problem is, Maxi actually listed that coin. And now I feel like, God damn, even these exchanges don't give a shit, right? Even these exchanges, like, therefore I said, like, yeah, Maxi is never going to be a tier 1 exchange. Why? Because there's some idiot created a meme coin, made a lot of money with it, and paid Maxi $100,000 to list it right there. And Maxi doesn't give a fuck what it is, but they just see 100K and they be like, yeah, okay, you're welcome. Come to us. With your money, come to us, right? And then I feel like, man, yeah, you know what? If people want to trade these risky meme coins on chain and then lose their money, that's fine. But, you know, do it on a centralized exchange has to have somewhat of a security as well, I feel, right? It's centralized for a reason. And even 6ix9ine, he made an altcoin, the dummy coin, and it's sitting at a $70,000 market cap. 6ix9ine with like millions of followers. He can't even create a coin which is doing anything, right? So that tells me, though, that, yeah, okay, too many people have been wrecked with meme coins, right? And, of course, there are many reasons to not trust 6ix9ine. That's something else. But even the celebrity meme coins aren't doing shit anymore. So, therefore, I feel like, man, the world will be a better place without meme coins. Why? It gives scammers a platform to create something that they don't know how to run it, right? But you can press a couple of buttons and you are a developer. Get the fuck out of here, right? It gives bad people an opportunity. Therefore, I feel like that's already wrong. The second is that a lot of people, they lose money by that, right? That's also wrong. The third reason is there are also people making money with meme coins, and that's very wrong. And that's what Andrew Tate said on the podcast with the thread guy. Like, I agree with Andrew right there. Like, people, they make a lot of money with crypto, he said. But in my opinion, this goes especially about meme coins. If you make money with crypto by being strategic or learn how to read something or learn about the utility, then you're actually doing something, right? And then you deserve that money. But if you're just gambling into meme coins and you make that 1 in a 5 million hit that makes you a lot of money, you are not smart and you don't know how to handle having money. You are a fucking idiot with a lot of money. How's that a good combination, right? You're going to wreck yourself. You're going to buy a Lambo, which you don't know how to drive. You will kill yourself or a lot of other people. You're going to do stupid shit with it. You're going to not finish your education. Why? You're still an idiot. You just happen to make some money. If you know how to keep it, though, that's different. And yeah, that's what you don't learn by, gambling into meme coins. So the world will be a way better place without meme coins. We don't need them, okay? We don't need them. Therefore, I don't like investing in it. I have some bread. I have some Carlo. But if I get rocked, I don't give a fuck, right? That's how big my position is. I sometimes see some people say, half of my portfolio is meme coins. And I feel like, oh shit, you're not going to make it. That's too bad. These people will get wrecked. So again, yeah, there are some quality, I don't even want to call it quality, but there are some good meme coins out there. But it's mostly not, right? And we won't miss anything if meme coins are not there. It's like Gen Z. They don't. It's not that they don't have to exist, but the world will be a better place without it. So I said it. I should have a feature on the Eminem album, I guess. But yeah, that's my general look. I just wanted to bitch about something, I guess. But overall, the people that are still here for the utility and the quality, these are the people that will make it, right? Because that's money that I feel like I can invest in that. And although it goes down 60% right now, I'm not so worried about it. If I have a meme coin and it will go down 60% right now, I'm worried that tomorrow it goes down another 60% and another 60%. That at the end of the day, it won't be worth anything anymore. That's my thing with meme coins. And therefore, I feel like let's invest in quality and let's have a lot of patience. Your patience is going to get tested, right? Same case with Launchpad tokens. Launchpad tokens got wrecked really hard, right? CDFI as well. It went down from 570 all the way to 113. Got wrecked way harder than the average coin. But it's also because it pumped harder. And that in a downwards market where every altcoin is getting completely crushed, yeah, people don't need to buy a token that gives you access to new tokens, right? What the fuck are you going to do with these new tokens? Everything is going down. But that's where your patience come into play and your conviction. And I have conviction that CDFI will fucking rip, for example. I have my conviction, and I might be wrong, but that's with everything in crypto. There's nothing you know for sure. You cannot say, hey, this coin is 100% guaranteed to go up. None. Even Bitcoin. None. Although it's fucking likely, it's not guaranteed. So it's always a gamble, and therefore there are always people that at the end of the day will laugh at each other, right? Oh, you were so wrong. Ah! It's like, I don't know where that hate is coming from. Of course, people can be wrong. It's crypto. You cannot be a week in crypto and not be wrong about something, right? The best traders are wrong all the time. Doesn't matter. That's not what it's about. It's about if you're getting it right, that you're being right is gaining you more than if you're wrong is making you lose. And therefore you want to also place yourself in a position that if you lose something, that it can't hurt you so much. So therefore, 50% of meme coins, I don't know. But the quality is here to stay. I think we are getting tested right now, and I think that the people that are going to make it are the ones that are having the conviction, and a lot of people are going to be taken off guard, right? The quality is getting wrecked, right? Everybody was so vocal about Render, for example, and Render is such a good coin, man, and it went down 58%, right? That's a lot, especially in a bull market. But it's also what happens in a bull market, right? Good altcoins, they just go down hard in the bull. Look, last bull market, Render, right? It doesn't look like much, this little thing right here. How much did Render go down? 43%, right? It's not as much as this one right now, but still, 43% in a parabolic bull market, right? And even here, this was way worse, by the way. Here it went down 86%, right? And that eventually gave you the opportunity to make a 26x, right? If you didn't get this, then you would never gotten the opportunity once again, right? So it can go up forever. And if it stayed like that, if you bought it there, you could have made a 3.5x. Congratulations. Yeah, the people that bought here and wrote it down are the ones that got fucked. But the people that saw this and were like, wow, what an opportunity this is, and bought here, these are the ones that made a lot of money from this. Now we're kind of in the same position, right? The people that are seeing this, and it's not over till it's over, right? It can go down more. But the people that are seeing this and take it as an opportunity, hey. And that's Render. I'm talking about every fucking coin, basically, right? I happen to have this on my screen. So take advantage of the fact that people stop believing, although today they might be a little euphoric because it's recovering a little bit, but again, it's still a freaking downtrend, right? But take advantage of the fact that people stop believing in this whole crap right now. The people that say, 6 months left, yeah, for you maybe, but I'm in this for longer than coming 6 months. I can tell you that. I'm not gonna miss out on the run, right? I'm not gonna sell end of this year. I'm not an idiot. Come on, please. So again, I'm risking my career because I'm being very express about this. I'm not selling at the end of this year. Bitcoin is not topping out at 80K. The bull market will go on for way longer. And the people that say that this time is so fucking different, I think these people are they are not smart, man. I think it's super unwise. And maybe by the end of 2025, you can tell me, FOMO, you are an idiot. You were wrong. All these people were right. This time was different. Fuck you. Go get another job. I'm not looking at your channel anymore. And I've fucked up my whole career right here. But I am so convinced in this that I am willing to risk that. I want to be one of the few that says, guys, this is normal cycle behavior. Hold on. Don't panic sell. Buy the lows. Stomach and maybe a 60% correction. But we will get there. And the real run is about to happen. Altcoins are going to fucking crush it next year. And all these people that sell way too soon are going to FOMO back in and pump your bags. That's what I'm risking. I'm risking my money that I'm investing. I'm risking my potential career for this because this is my job. And I do have kids, so is it maybe a little irresponsible? I don't know. I don't care. Because I'm pretty convinced about this. So we'll see. I hope I'm right. Because there are also a lot of people in the same camp as me, and I just hope all these people are gonna make it and they deserve it. Right? So let's see how this plays out. For now, Bitcoin little struggles maybe at 65 and a half. If we get back down there or up there, that's where the bull market support band comes in. We'll find out. For now, back to 60. If that happens, still the range, right? It's still, that would be good. I mean, that would be good. We went below, we broke out. Let's retest it maybe and then go up. That wouldn't be any weird. So don't freak out about these short-term moves right there. It's all healthy. Also, one thing I said on the Patreon as well, this also implies that an alt season is getting more and more likely, is that Ethereum Bitcoin valuation, like that's one of the biggest indications for an alt season as well. Hey, it's not breaking out yet for sure, and it's in a big downtrend, but it is finally showing strength because every time it got to the top of the channel, it was a wick of maybe 1 or at best 2 weeks, right? And we got slapped back down right away, again. Now we got there the 20th of May. It's now 16th of July. So 2 months, we went to the upside and we're holding on there, right? So that's, instead of 2 weeks, we're now here for 2 months. That's strength. That's relative strength, right? So this could be a signal. Even if we get back down, it shows like, hey, but this time we showed strength right there. So that's saying something. So I don't know. I'm hyped. I'm so freaking excited for what's about to come, guys. And again, even in the meantime, if we think it's gonna happen and we get slapped in the face and we feel depressed, just look at the long term and be like, fuck, it's coming, man. It's coming. It's coming, and we will be there. We won't sell before it's gonna happen because we think it's not gonna happen. This time is not different, man. This time isn't different. It is written on the wall, right? And hey, wall, what are you saying? Alt season next year? Okay, Bitcoin blast through 80K. All right, okay, cool. Right? And what should we do? Not panic sell, okay? Thanks, wall. My wall and me, we're gonna make it, man. And I hope you and your wall are gonna make it too. So please like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on. I will try to keep that same energy in the next video from the beginning already. Because, I don't know, I'm excited, man.